Okay, hello. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to another live that we are doing. So, I think last week we did one live, which was a random thing that we did where I answered questions from ChatGPT, and it was interesting. I hope it was interesting. So, today we are going to do something different, something that we wanted to do. Yeah. So the plan for today is I wanted to discuss about India New Zealand series, and which was a real shock, basically, because we expected a lot more from the team, but unfortunately they couldn't deliver. So yeah, 1 second. I'm listening to the music. I hope you are listening to it too. Yeah, sorry. Okay, how can I make it such a way that I don't hear the noise? Background music. So yeah, we are live now. Let's wait for some time so that if somebody wants to join, we can wait and then we can start the show. Just want to see what to do for this. Yeah, I think this is far better because I'm not hearing the music now. Otherwise, that was also playing. And let's see. Okay. Should I put a status about this? That we are here and started this, something like that. Okay. Yes. We were informed before that we'll be starting. And ఇప్పుడు ఆ మానిపోతున్న గాయాన్ని రివ్యూ చేయడం అవసరం మాస్టర్? అవసరం. వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఐ థింక్ we should all talk about this because మన ఛానల్కి వాచ్ అవర్స్ కావాలి. సో దీనికన్నా గోల్డెన్ ఆపర్చునిటీ మనకు దొరకదని అనిపిస్తుంది. కామెంట్ వచ్చిందా? వచ్చింది. మిర్రర్ చేస్తాను, బాగుంది. Okay. So basically, since one guy is there, we'll start. మనకి ఎక్కువ మంది ఆడియన్స్ వస్తారో లేదో తెలీదు. సో అవర్స్ ఉంటే చాలా వ్యూవర్స్ వద్దా? అవర్స్ ఇలాగ నీలాంటి వ్యూవర్స్తో కవర్ చేద్దాం అనేసి అనుకుంటున్నా. నీకే 1000 సార్లు ఒక వీడియో చూపిస్తా, ఆర్ నిన్న 1000 సార్లు ఒక వీడియో చూసేలాగా చేస్తా. సో అలాగా వాచ్ అవర్స్ పెంచుదాం. Anyways, so why are we doing this? Because this is history now. Like, this is the first time that a visiting team has whitewashed India in a test series that has 3 or more matches. And yeah, this is like unprecedented thing, and New Zealand created history by doing this. If it was India doing that to some other nation, I think it would have broken the internet, to be honest. Because if, for suppose, India someday will do a final whitewash to Australia or England, then it will be like the biggest thing on the internet. So yeah, by that standards, and given the strength of current Indian team with the stalwarts like Ashwin, Jadeja, Kohli, I don't want to name Rohit, but yeah, he's also part of it. But yeah, so the people who have made touring in India a huge nightmare for many of the foreign teams. So by that logic, like, this is one of the greatest teams across formats and across generations to just play for a dominating decade of what do you say, cricket, basically dominating decade of cricket, especially on home soil. So for New Zealand to breach that and to do it as convincingly as they did, I should say that it's hats off to New Zealand, because the way they came to the series, also the setting for that, if you think about it, they lost 2-0 to Sri Lanka at home in Sri Lanka just before this series, and for them to come back and to come to India and then give a series whitewash, I think that should be a commendable effort. Like, I don't think anybody would have expected this. If you had seen the previews or anything, like, since so many years, like, New Zealand hasn't won a test match in India for more than 30 years, and they did it once, like, not just once, they did it twice and thrice as well. And the way they did it, honestly, the way they dominated India at their home was like a masterclass, you should say. Like, they planned perfectly for everything that India was about to throw at them. In Bangalore, they had a near decent pitch for which assisted the seamers, and New Zealand had the one of the best newest swing bowlers in Matt Henry, and he rocked the Indian lineup for the first game. And for the second match, when India was in a defensive mode, and they made a spin pitch for them, and New Zealand reacted to that by adding Santner to the lineup, and Santner did what he did in that game. It was like India had no answer to that from Santner. And then for the third game again, the Indians didn't learn the lesson, where if they are trying to prepare spin pitches, they need to also understand that even their batters are pretty vulnerable playing on those kind of pitches, and that showed in the ultimate result of the third game as well. So, like, most of what we talk right now, like, ఇప్పుడు నేనేం చెప్పినా కూడా, like, everything is coming from hindsight, obviously, but again, we have to understand that like, one, we are fans, okay, we are not experts. We tell from whatever we've seen, whatever we understood, whatever we've read. So whatever I'm talking, or if anyone joins on the panel, if they want to talk about something, most of it is coming from years of watching cricket and years of understanding how to play the game, how we watched the game and how we understood the game. So we are talking from that point. So yeah, I just want to just give a disclaimer that no, I'm not an expert, and no, I've not played that level of cricket. But yeah, most of the things that we've seen that went wrong in this series, uh, that I mean, like that went wrong in the series can be decoded by even people who have just been watching the game for so many years. You can understand the mistakes that we've done. You can understand the tactical mistakes, the selection mistakes, you can say, and some of the shots of the players. So like I don't know, half the time, like when you think about it, like a month ago, if you think about it, after the Bangladesh series, nobody would have imagined New Zealand to play like this. Okay, everybody was thinking, and it was just like maybe it was people's overconfidence that showed. Like people were thinking, yeah, it's so easy, New Zealand is coming and New Zealand will get whitewashed. People were thinking direct whitewash, not even just one win for New Zealand. But what New Zealand did was like epic, man, epic. I don't know if anybody's watching, but if anybody's watching, please write a comment so that I'll get some motivation to answer something. Yeah, what went wrong with India? So, if you see the first match, I think Rohit agreed right after the first day. Obviously, he can agree later because his team played like shit. In Bangalore, when there was overcast conditions and you had Bumrah and Siraj and the spinners, you had the chance to give the opposition the chance to bat first, and then you could have like gotten some inroads and made it a dominating start to the series. But instead, our captain decided to bat first, and then New Zealand did what they do because those were the conditions that were most familiar to them. Like it was like playing at their home with overcast conditions, very cold. There was a lot of bounce. The ball was seaming, and then their swing bowlers did what they had to do, and they did well. And then credit to Matt Henry and Will O'Rourke. They've bundled out India for 46, and after that, it was this time that no team would ever have the chance, or the what do you say, or there was any probability of the team bundled out for less than 50 to win a test match. So that was what happened eventually. But even though we saw that there was some kind of fight back from Pant, little bit from Kohli and Sarfaraz. So yeah, we thought that there might be some kind of what do you say, fight back, and they did pretty much like 80% of it. There was a lot of hope because we were always thinking that yeah, this is India. Yeah, the Indian players will bounce back. They will fight because they know how hard it is for other teams to bat, and especially New Zealand was going to bat fourth in that game. And if India had put in some more runs, maybe like a target of 200 or something, 200 or 220 would have been extremely difficult for New Zealand to chase down, especially in the last day. But yeah, as luck would have it, or the way the game was played, it was inevitable for India to lose the game after getting bundled out for less than 50. So then we move on to the second game, where one second, sorry, I'm just trying to so if you move on to the second game, it was a spin pitch for Pune, and so it was a spin pitch for Pune, and we have, like, what do you say, it was like the writing was on the wall. We knew that if New Zealand did slightly well, okay, like they can do what the Indians do normally to the visiting bowlers, like visiting batters. So, and they did well. Like if you see the second game, uh, New Zealand played pretty well. Okay, New Zealand had a very good start. Sorry. New Zealand had a pretty good start with Conway doing well, and then Rachin Ravindra adding another 50, Will Young playing well. So they did what they had to do. They scored pretty well, and they had enough runs on the board. And then India tried the catch-up game. They couldn't, because every game, if you see, the opening partnership was hardly 20s, 30s, or not even that sometimes, because half the time you see Rohit Sharma getting out in the first couple of overs. So yeah, if you start with the question of what went wrong, you have to tell the effort from the batters. They couldn't do anything. They didn't have any answers for what New Zealand was throwing at them. They couldn't play the basics correctly, and eventually that led to the downfall of the team. So if you think about the historical significance of this result, because India has never lost a series, like India has never been whitewashed by any other team at home in a 3-test series, and like the kind of history that it had, it was a record that was like has never been broken until then. But yeah, it seems such a sad thing that now it happened, and we've seen the greatness of this team, and now we are seeing the downfall of this team. Also, maybe we'll probably be seeing the end of many of our big stars, our stalwarts of the test format. The seniors of the team, maybe they might have already played their last games at home. uh, like we don't want to talk about it right now, but it seems like that might happen. And yeah, never know. But yeah, now if if we have to talk about New Zealand has done, like what do you say, the unthinkable, like not having bowled Ross Taylor, Neil Wagner, Kane Williamson. So without a full-fledged team, without their star batsman, New Zealand did what was never expected of them. And as always, New Zealand do excellent stuff against India, especially when Indians want something from them. But yeah, New Zealand never gave away anything. They never stopped fighting. They continuously, without any ounce of doubt in what they were doing, they have outplayed India in every department. They played the best form of cricket that they could, and they delivered it eventually. Because if you see, each and every person from the New Zealand team had delivered at some point or the other in these 3 test matches. Starting with Latham with the second innings in Pune, the 82. Conway with this 91 in the first game, and then another 50 in the second, another 30 or 40 in the third. Then if you see Will Young has batted extremely well, because once the first wicket or the second wicket falls, you need to stabilize. You need to stay there. You need to stick to the wicket, not giving it, not giving away easily. And the way that he, what do you say, that he stopped the flow of wickets or fall of wickets, you should say that Will Young has been the best, uh, the most prominent the most prominent effort was from Will Young, because he was the one who anchored the innings all the time. He made sure that there was no continuous fall of wickets, and he made sure that he made runs as well. So Will Young has done great, and then Rachin Ravindra, he scored a brilliant 100 in the first game, then a 50 in the second, and he was good with the fielding as well. Next, Mitchell played a wonderful innings in Mumbai. I think Mitchell's innings was the Mitchell's innings was the difference of the Mumbai game, maybe because his 80 was very crucial for New Zealand on the first day. And then I think Tom Blundell scored a 42 in the first game. Then Glenn Phillips is like what do you say? He's like everywhere. He does good fielding, not good. It's like extraordinary fielding. He does decent enough batting. He scored the 24 in the Mumbai game again. That was very crucial as well. And then coming to his bowling, he's been doing excellent stuff. He's like the backup bowler for them, but still, some of the times he bowled like the actual main spinner of the team. So Glenn Phillips is like the proper all-rounder that any team needs. And then if you see Saudi played an excellent batting innings in first game, which took the game away from India. Then he took Rohit Sharma's wicket almost every time he bowled. Then Sandner came in for one game and had 13 wickets. Then you had Matt Henry doing what he did in the first game, and then again in the last game he took out Rohit Sharma's wicket 2 times. Then Will O'Rourke in the first game. I think except for Ish Sodhi, everybody else did pretty well. I think Ish Sodhi also did well because he got the wicket of Pant in the third game. So yeah, if you see about it, this was a collective effort, and this is what you associate New Zealand with. They don't have stars. They don't want to build the team based on the stars, or they don't want to rely on few particular individuals to do well all the time. It is a team based on the collective effort of all the people who are there as part of the team, and they delivered it this time they made sure that they didn't leave any stone unturned and eventually won the game, because it is like one hell of a series for them. If you think of it from their perspective, like everything uh, came and fell in place for them with respect to whatever they were trying to do, and you should applaud them and congratulate Tom Latham and their boys, because they were like phenomenal for this series. If you just see it from a neutral perspective, thinking that this is not some India game or India New Zealand game, like think of it like their performance was really good. Now I think we have a couple of comments. Let's see what they are. ఒక పాయింట్లో గెలిచేస్తా అనిపించింది. కెన్ వి సే వి వర్ రిలక్టెంట్? Not. I don't think we were reluctant, I guess, because the performances of our players, I think it was I mean, most of it was coming from overconfidence. I felt like we thought that it is easy to just play New Zealand. Maybe I think that was the intention. Maybe in the first game they were thinking like that because they were freshly coming from the great win against Bangladesh in 2 days. So they were like, yeah, we can do this to New Zealand as well. And unfortunately, or maybe fortunately for New Zealand, the captain played it right into their hands. Maybe because of that. Because if you see the first morning of the series, our fate was decided, because if you see the one wrong decision of choosing to bat first has costed the whole series. Maybe if it was the other way around, maybe we could have done the 3-0 that we all intended to do. So all of the T20 game is changing the mindset in match. Definitely. I think if you see, hardly no player has played 40-50 balls, like especially when there are wickets falling on the other end. Nobody is trying to stay there. Once a couple of dot balls are there or a couple of overs go by without any runs, everybody is trying to hit it away instead of blocking it. Maybe, I mean, this can be questioned again, where some players are more comfortable trying to score, some players are more comfortable trying to stay at the wicket. So it again depends on the mindset of the players. So if they want, like, they can definitely score runs whenever they want, obviously, because they all play the T20 format that they can generate shots from out of nowhere and get runs. If you see Rishabh Pant, he plays like that all the time. Like he doesn't worry about whether it's a test match or T20 match or something. If he wants to hit a particular ball, and he'll go for it. I think that fearlessness should be there, but again sometimes it comes off as recklessness, or sometimes you give away way too easily, especially when you can try and stay there for a longer time, especially when you can play the longer game. And I don't know, sometimes it's a debatable thing, because it depends on the players who are playing the game. So if they want to stay at the wicket, and if they have the game for it, they can play. But the thing is, the main problem with the test match batting is the uh, defensive game of the players. So half the time, if you check the if you see the batting of the many players, nobody is trusting their defense. They can't rely on the defense to stay for a longer time. Everybody is thinking that, yeah, now this is a spin pitch. If I can, uh, like, there will be some ball with my name written on it, and I can just get out anytime. So why not just go for runs and get as many as I can before I get out for the eventual ball? In trying to do that, they are arriving at that ball very quickly than they should have, or they would have, if they had played it differently. So I'm guessing this is what is the difference. Was benching the players with test match mindset, I refer is a mistake. Are you talking about Aksar? Aksar and Jurel? Probably. Because Aksar was like, I think he was like the best batter for India in the last 2-3 series. Because even though, yeah, even though he was not getting enough to bowl, he did change I think 3 or 4 matches, two against Australia, 2 against England. I think he was the main guy who made sure that India didn't lose those series. And maybe probably I think in the second match, I think, or the first one, I think Aksar could have played, maybe, because his batting is altogether a different thing if you consider him. Like, because if you think that there is also already a Jadeja, yeah, Aksar is like, even Kuldeep is also treated like that, because we already have two guys who are doing extraordinary stuff. They have been doing for decades. So in some way, there is no place for them, to be honest. But again, Aksar could have been included maybe in some way. I'm not sure, like, in what other way, but because Aksar's batting has been like phenomenal over the last 3-4 years. And like I said, he is the main reason that we didn't lose the other two series. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but again, maybe they might have decided something else. And the coach and the captain, with their decisions and the justifications later, I think the one thing I didn't like was Rohit taking it lightly. Maybe, like, he said in the press conference that the 12 साल में एक बार होता है. Like, I think that was really hurting. Maybe if I think in the last match, Jadeja said, like, it was very difficult for him to understand that, like, we would never lose a test match at home, like, or a series at home, and losing one was very difficult for him, because he was one of the prime players who was there in making sure that it would never happen. Him and Ashwin, who did extraordinary stuff over the course of last 12 years, making sure that India never lost a test series at home. So yeah, I think it's a different ball game altogether for people who did stuff. So yeah, that comment was really I don't know, unnecessary from Rohit. Maybe, yeah, you can take it lightly, but again, it doesn't feel right for people who have done the stuff, and also for the people who are watching it, because we also take it as a pride that, yeah, we have never lost a test series at home from 12 years, which was a record that was there until recently. Like, it was a 4,000 day record, I guess, something like that. So losing that record that we could pride ourselves on was really bad or hurting. It's really painful, to be honest. Like, even I feel, because we all watch it passionately there, and we want our team to win all the time. Sometimes when those things don't happen, it's yeah, I didn't even watch the highlights. Yeah, even I didn't watch the third match, fifth day highlights. I mean, third day highlights. Sorry, because I was just following the score, and I watched until Rishabh Pant got out, and then yeah, the match was over pretty soon after that. Because yeah, it was really a painful thing because you can't you can't even score 150 at your home. I think I heard somebody's comment where I think they were uh, ट्रोलिंग रोहित आई गेस. तुम्हारा पिन कोड में खेल रहे हो यार, और उसमें भी तुम नहीं खेल रहे, अच्छे से नहीं खेल रहे. वही, I think that was really bad. The Mumbai players who couldn't do the job because 150 was like, I think it was definitely gettable until yeah, somebody could have stayed. Now we can think like, yeah, this could have happened, that could have happened, but again, there are a lot of reasons. If you think that on the like in the first match we let New Zealand score 400, I think they scored last 180 or something with 3 wickets left, where Saudi scored 70 or 80 and Rachin Ravindra scored 100. So they scored like pretty much 150 or something partnership. So those kind of things, you let them get away. And then even though we started well with the batting, scoring nearly 400 something, and then just getting a narrow lead of 80 or 70, I think that is very difficult for even for the bowlers to defend. And some of the decisions of Rohit Sharma were very questionable, taking up bowlers who were in good rhythm out of the attack and bringing someone else, and they would leak the runs. So yeah, these kind of silly things happened, and I think the Border-Gavaskar Trophy will be like the maybe the final nail in the coffin for many players. So yeah, let's talk about that now, because India is going to Australia in a couple of weeks, and I think the first match starts November 22nd. So I think that is going to be the series that will decide the fate of the players, the many players, maybe even the newer ones who got chances, maybe they will be considered as well. If they are not doing enough, not doing well, maybe they will be sacked as well. We never know. So yeah, what can India do? Or I don't know, like what can India do? I'm not one to say, but we can think that like the most important thing is to apply themselves, because I don't know when they'll go to Australia. How much time will they have to adjust to the conditions, the climate, and then the wickets over there? Our bowlers also need to step up, because in Australia you need relentless attack, because they are well versed with the conditions. I think the players are also very excited for this series, and now India is down on the carpet right now. Like they have to pick themselves up slowly or steadily. It's going to be an exciting series, because last 2 times we won. Australia has never won since 2017, 16, 17, I guess. So it's been almost 6-7 years that the trophy is with us, and we've been doing extremely well. And yeah, maybe Australia will think that this is the revenge for the 3-1 loss at 3-1, 2-1 loss in India, and 2-1 loss against India at their home as well. So I think Australia will like to make a point and go to the final of the WTC this year, because I mean the next year. They have the skills, they have the team, they have everybody ready. So I think Australia has a better chance, but again, we never know. Last time we went there, we were almost there with the India C team and still won a game at the Gabba. So miracles can happen, but I hardly uh, hope, or I hardly think that that might happen, because it's a very once in a while thing, and I don't think that will happen again. But yeah, if with the current team, with the players, if the whole set of players are available, we can definitely give them the competition that we can give. Because if you see the history from the last 5-10 years, I think India is the only team that has given some kind of competition to Australia in Australia, and to win two series back to back over there, it's like it's never done. So I think this is going to be a massive series, and India will want to go all out against Australia, be as aggressive as possible, perform extremely well, and maybe turn things around. What if 4-1 is on the cards? Who knows? Because India needs 4-1 to go to the WTC final without any help from the others. So yeah, you can do that, but again, it's a it's a huge ask of players, and especially with the mindset and the motivation that they might have, or the mindset that they might have been in the last few days, losing a series after this many years, and people not in form. Actually, if you count the number of players who are in form, I think you can only say uh, Jaiswal, Pant, and Gill maybe, and nobody else, because nobody else has had a decent nick as well. Not even a decent nick. Somebody came, somebody played, scored a couple of 50. Yeah, Sarfara scored a 150, but after that he looked like he was miles away from what he was supposed to be. Even he couldn't do, because he played a lot of domestic cricket compared to all the others, but still, even he couldn't perform at the level that we expected him to. So it's going to be a tough ask for all the players, but we can't count them out, because and especially with Australia series, everybody would be pumped up. There will be a lot of crowds. The wickets will be good. There's going to be a lot of fiery stuff going on, a lot of noise from the public, especially with the loss. And then Australia will never be easy, because last time we got out for 36. That was even bad, and this time we even got rid of a score that was under 50. So yeah, it's going to be an exciting series, and hopefully we can do well. Yeah, I think I've been speaking for like 40 minutes, and yeah, if anybody has any questions, we can talk. Otherwise, the live will be over in 7 minutes. So yeah, we can ask any questions if you have. Otherwise, yeah. So I hope it was a near decent live. I don't know. This is the first time I'm talking about a series, and I'm doing the extensive review. It's not an extensive review, but just I'm picking things from up here and there, and then just spoke a lot of shit. Whoever is there, and people, if they are watching, please comment. Guests, there is no guests, man. I thought somebody would join the live. My guests, not some other guest from somewhere else. I thought some of my friends might join and we could have a discussion there, but unfortunately nobody was available. So I I just started doing it alone. You are the guest if you want to join. I'll send you the link if you want. Okay, very good. Invite. Copy. Okay, sent. So yeah, now we are waiting for Harshit to join the call, and if he does, we can. Okay, nice. Yeah, can you hear me? Edit mic settings. Okay, add to stage.
मेरी वॉइस आ रही है तो बोलो।
अभी आ रहा है, पर वीडियो दिख नहीं रहा।
Yeah, now you can see me.
I can't see you. आया क्या? ओके, अभी आया। यस, आई कैन सी यू। इसको वो पुराना वाला निकाल देता हूँ।
I didn't join again.
ओके, किक गेस्ट। ओके, उसको निकाल दिया, दूसरे वाला को। ओके, आई डोंट नो हु एल्स इज वाचिंग, बट यस,
How can I see the
वेलकम।
comments like on your YouTube?
ओ, तुमको नहीं दिखेगा, आई थिंक।
Okay, I can see. Okay, nice.
Yeah, maybe yeah. If anybody is abusing you, I'll tell you. I think I just invited Usman to watch the live, so I think he'll come.
Yeah.
Sharat आया, hello बोल रहा है।
It would have been lovely if I could have seen the messages.
What?
It would have been lovely if I could have seen the messages, like your comment section. Like if I come with
Your audio is getting stuck. हेलो, तेरा वॉइस ब्रेक होके आ रहा है। Talking भोजपुरी।
Now is it fine?
अभी वॉइस आ रहा है, पर वीडियो स्टक हो गया। ओके, अभी दिख रहा है, अभी दिख रहा है।
Let me see. Now?
Yeah, now I can. Sharat is telling talk in Bhojpuri.
Sharat, अरे कैसन बात सजनवा?
Sharatwa, your Wi-Fi doesn't want you to talk in English.
Yeah.
Bhojpuri only. Saw the review of P-Dog, బాగా చెప్పాడు కొన్ని టెక్నికల్ ఆస్పెక్ట్స్. యా, I think you didn't watch. I guess there is one analyst guy called Prasanna.
Mhm.
So he usually comes in Ashwin's channel. So that guy spoke
Okay.
about what the batters are doing mistakes. I think he took one screenshot of how Kohli was playing.
Yeah.
Basically, itna spin ho raha hai na, like ball is turning across a lot. So you
Yeah,
can't go lunging forward with that big a stride. And if you put it
Yeah,
there,
you have to
obviously
give some time.
when it spins, you get a nick every time. So he explains
Yeah.
it in a extra like nice way that I'm not telling just to make sure that like I want to make a point. It's just that I've been observing this happening from so long, and especially with this happening. So I just want to make a point that this is why the reason that he's getting out frequently to slips or left arm spinners and all. కోచ్ గురించి ఏమంటావు? బౌన్స్ కూడా ఉందని. బికాస్ ఆఫ్ ద బౌన్స్, అదే అంత లైక్ వెన్ యూ హ్యావ్ దట్ మచ్ బౌన్స్ అండ్ టర్న్, యూ కాంట్ కమ్ దట్ మచ్ ఫార్వర్డ్ టు డిఫెండ్ ద బాల్. సో వెన్ ఎవర్ యూ ఆర్ ట్రైంగ్ టు like especially you have to know, if you keep playing on these wickets you'll get used to it. But the problem for Indian players is also that you don't play the same test, like don't play another test match in the same ground. Maybe like you'll play in 5 years or 3 years, you'll play once in that ground. So every 3 years if you're playing one game in that ground, you'll definitely not be used to the conditions. It is as much as a new pitch for the Indian players as much to the foreign players as well. So you can't do anything.
So like you are trying to say that we need to play more domestic games, right?
Yeah, once in a while at least. Like at least before a series you play a game and then get used to how the wickets are, you know what is happening, so that it will help you to understand, right? It is not necessary that you play all the games in Ranji Trophy when you're not playing. But yeah, once in a while before a test series, if there is a long series, you can just afford to play one game if there is a chance, obviously. But if you are saying bowlers like Bumrah and all, if you see the workload is too much, so if you are thinking of them, at least you can give them a rest, because they'll be bowling a lot, especially in the Australian conditions and stuff. But batters, at least they can go there, score hundreds and then come back. They'll get enough confidence at least. That is also not happening. Maybe we should have a bit of idea about the conditions. That's why they are international. Yes, they will have a bit of idea, but again, for you to get adapted to the conditions, you need to be in that kind of what do you say, mindset to play long innings, to play for a long time in those conditions. Best guess to explain how to play spin, being a spinner. To me, bolna.
Who asked this question?
Sharat. Sharat.
Like I'm still learning. Like bowling off spin is the easiest job in the cricketing history, but I'm still learning. So it won't be appropriate for me to judge or to conclude anything. But like if you see the basics, so for basics, it's quite easy to play an off swing as a batsman perspective, not as a bowler's perspective. But yeah, so I don't think I would be like judging anyone's concept or someone getting out. But whatever I learned in the cricket or whatever you guys have showed me or have taught me, like you need to go with the basics. So like if you ask for me, the basics were not there. As a viewer point of view, I would say the basics were not there in the batsman. The temperament, the like you need to stay at the wicket, keep calm, you need to focus. Like you can't every time create new shots and hit every ball into the gap. You have to sometimes defend it. You'll have to give respect to the bowler, to the ball. So yeah, the basics were missing, I think.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, this Sharat is telling Nagi, this was about to happen against England. Our number 6 and number 7 bailed us out. 3-0 at home is humiliating. Yeah, you can say humiliating, but again, you can also say that New Zealand played extremely well. I think that should be a fair comment.
They really played extremely well. At every clutch situation, they performed. They came up with the good ideas, good strategies. and they somehow managed to take wickets. And like finishing test matches in 3 days is now a normal thing for us.
Yeah, yeah. Normally we do that, but this time they did it to us.
And also the mindset to play 5 day test matches is gone. Like you need results in 3 days anyhow. Either you lose, either you win. There is no window for a draw.
Yeah, yeah. That is also true. Yeah, but the adaptation according to the pitch must be better. Yeah, that is what they have to do, right? If you are an international player, you have to understand that this is what is required for this particular pitch, and you have to stay there for long. Rachin came to Chennai and practiced for 2 to 3 months. Exactly. He knew that he has a great role to play in the series. So he practiced in pitches where there will be a lot of spin and to understand how it will be when he has to play there. So, like this kind of preparation must be done, obviously. But yeah, if there is no preparation, it can clearly show on the ground in the performance as well. I think except Jaiswal, Pant, and for a small extent Gill, nobody else was confident. You can see in the game, every time you're watching them play, you are sure that the wicket is coming soon. In next over or the next over, you know that the wicket is going to fall. But with Jaiswal, I think it was very like you can say you are feeling at peace that okay, he won't lose his wicket easily. He was a little bit confident and he's playing well as well, good form. But other than that, and Pant, he plays like that. So he'll give the tension to your team and to the other team also. So it's like that. He'll only play like that. So with Pant, Rohit was playing really good.
Who commented this?
Nagi. Yeah. He played really good.
Yeah, he played really well.
In the press conference, he was playing really good actually. Other than that, I think this is really bad performance comparatively. Like, but the aggression was the problem. Aggression, I didn't see any aggression, to be honest. Like they were not able to play properly. They were not able to defend properly, so they were trying to go for shots. But I think with Rohit, I think he's not in form. He's like you can guess it because whenever he can't play properly, he'll just go for an attacking shot.
Like with Rohit, it's like he has won everything now. He's just chilling. He's giving some good vibes to the team.
Yeah.
And
I think we can't win with vibes. He can't win with vibes.
Yeah, but
you have to play as well.
They are still like the World Cup has still not gotten over in the dressing room, I guess.
You can't. I think I saw some comment where सब दुआएं वर्ल्ड कप में चले गए, अब इसके लिए कुछ नहीं बचा है.
Some I also watched one. I watched one post. There was written like in that South Africa match in the finals, like we all Indian spirit, like just let us win this one match and we won't ask anything, and that the God has agreed to that wish.
No, his shots were really good for the time in the pitch. But that is not enough. When you're playing test match, you have to stay for a long time. Your job is to not score quick 20, 30 and then get out. You have to play for a long time. You have to score a 50 or 100 at least. You just can't score, I hit a 6, I hit 2 sixes and then I'll get out. Every time he's going like he has to go there to eat quickly. Like it is like that. I saw another post for Rohit where if it is lunch time, Rohit gets out quickly so that he can go for his lunch early. He's like that. So these kinds of things are happening. Obviously, when you read them, you feel like, why the fuck?
This could happen because we have lost 3-0 and it should happen. Like, it's nothing like 20 years. Nobody has given us such a fallback like New Zealand. And every time, New Zealand is the same team. Everywhere.
And they are not doing any, like, it's not like you will be angry at them also. Because it's not like Australia doing this. It's New Zealand.
In which last 10 test series against New Zealand and last 10 test matches, we have lost 6 test matches to New Zealand. We have drawn 1. We have won 1 and they have won 1. Like their stats is like on top of the table against India in test matches.
Yeah. I think in New Zealand we lost 2-0, right?
Yeah, we are struggling against New Zealand for sure. Either it's in India or it's in New Zealand.
I think last time in India we won
In India, we have
2-0
won
or 3-0.
obviously.
Yeah.
Like this is the first
Yes.
time we are losing 3-0.
Yeah. And this is like really
Yeah, this
embarrassing
is
to
like
be honest, because
embarrassing and kind of
they were not in
shocking
the
as
best
well.
form also. If you see, they were not even in the
Yeah,
best form, and they
they have
still
no, no.
won 3-0.
Like they were
Yeah,
trembling before India series, and they just took up and they
that's good.
decided to
Excellent batting.
sash it
Yeah,
off on India.
it's really good actually. In some way, maybe I think some analyst was saying like that in some way it might be a good thing for India that before the BGT they will be like up and ready, thinking that this was a big loss and now they have to get back. Yeah, they lost against Sri Lanka. Yeah, New Zealand lost
And
2-0 to Sri Lanka.
I saw a meme where they were saying that Australians are just they are getting prepared to bury the 11 players inside the soil, and they are like just ready to pull it off on India.
Now they'll
They
make
are
spin
like they
pitches
are
so
hungry.
that they
They
can
are
win
hungry
easily.
because yeah, they are hungry because they have also not won any BGT like the last 2 times, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
now
it's a
their
matter of pride
confidence will
for
be
them
high
also. It's a matter of
actually.
obviously, their confidence will be high. So it's a do or die thing for both of us. But yeah, let's see. You never know with India, as always.
But this time it's not going to happen.
Let's see.
Especially with the strong team that we have, we'll go there, we'll lose, and we'll all wake up at 5 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I think for us
Yeah,
it'll be 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock,
two
and we'll
o'clock,
still
I
wake
guess.
up and then we'll have to see at the performances.
Yeah,
I saw
I
another
like that
post.
also.
Uh, like I am such an idiot that even if India lose 4-0, I will still wake up at 5 o'clock to watch the Sydney match. Sydney
Yeah,
match is the
I
fifth
know.
match
We
actually.
all
So
know.
yeah,
We
so
all know
yeah,
this.
this might happen. Anyways, हो गया 2 minute बाकी है. We'll close.
Yeah,
We'll join again
one
some other
minute.
time.
Yeah,
Okay,
for
guys.
sure.
Next time we'll make sure that we'll have other panel members and we'll discuss more cricket. Sometimes
Yeah,
maybe
and
India
I'll be
Pakistan
on. I'll come and
stuff like that.
I'll see what are other things I'll have to arrange. Like I'm coming live on this mobile only right now,
Yeah.
so I'll
Next
arrange
time
something.
do it well. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, guys. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and ciao.
yeah. Do subscribe.
Ciao. Bye.
Ciao, 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 Raju. Bye, bye.
Bye.